Hello, hello. Welcome to A VO's Journey. My name is Anthony, and this show, as always, is about helping the new and upcoming voiceover artist grow their voiceover business and sidestep all of the crazy things that I seem to step on. With that in mind, yes, I do speak for a living. Last night in the VO's Journey Lead Academy, we had a great marketing session, and last night we were focusing on a little bit more acting, but it was about the modes of expression and being able to identify in your auditions and other people's auditions to verbally speak what is actually happening beyond using terms like robotic. You need to be more conversational. Terms have become more about feelings than actions. And the reason why this is important, because if you want to change or grow or add to your toolbox different skills as a voice actor or a narrator, we need to focus on being able to verbalize what it is we are doing and what it is we can do differently. If we stick to it feels this way, or it feels this way, or that way, or I need you to make me feel that way, that's great and all, but it doesn't give you anything applicable. So it's very important to add these modes of expression into your vocabulary, as well as then actively targeting practice with them. So let's talk about them again. And I've mentioned them many times, but I really think they are a good bedrock for how to make actual changes to your voiceovers and your narrations. So first off, speeding up and slowing down. We can speak a lot faster or we can speak a lot slower. Okay, that changes the feel on whether something's intense, where something needs to be, we're trying to build anticipation, and anxiety, or we can speed up something's important, right? Speeding up and slowing down. The next is volume, getting louder or getting quieter. Okay, it's another form that gives you the power to share subtext. Okay, story underneath the story. All right, another mode of expression is pausing before a word or pausing after a word. This gives an effect, right? This gives an idea that if you pause before a word, we're waiting for something to happen. If you pause after a word, we're giving you time to let it sink in and to make a point. This is a very powerful tool that you can use. Okay. The next thing is elongating and shortening words. Drawing out words helps you a lot. You could tell how there are instances where if we draw out a word, it adds an extra point to it. Okay? If I'm saying something like right, what does that do? Me drawing out that word not only says I agree with you, but almost like I know it as well. I know I should be doing that, or I know that's what it is. So you see, like, you're adding subtext. As we do voiceovers and as we narrate and we speak, the more you can say with less words, the more powerful of a storyteller you will become and more people will want to hire you. Okay, so don't ever forget that. And the last thing, of course, which is the one that most people use when they're trying to add more, is pitch variation. Going up in your voice and going down in your voice, right? That's another way to share different points of view, different voice styles, as well as whether or not I need to make someone feel that I'm strong or I'm weak or I'm worried or I'm excited, right? Our pitch in our voice says a lot. These modes of expression really allow you, again, to put into words and actually have a framework for changing your narration and your voiceovers specifically, that we can say, okay, now I need to practice getting better at being a voice actor or my acting. How do I do that on my own? So I have these modes of expression. So let's say I'm going to take this script and I'm going to do 1 to 2 minutes of speeding up and slowing down. And I'm going to do it in different places. I'm going to record it and I'm going to listen back. It might feel weird to me. It might seem odd, but this is a great way for you to practice hearing yourself do something different, listening back and saying, oh, that sounds interesting. Okay, and that's allowing you to start to hear yourself doing something different. Do the same thing with those other modes of expression. Practice them, and you can practice them by yourself. You don't need a coach or someone else in this particular instance to practice. You can do this on your own. And the really, truly great narrators, voice actors, they can take these modes of expression and use multiple ones at the same time. Here's another little tip for you, and then I'll let you go for today, is go back and listen to some of your work. And when you're listening to your work, try to identify how many modes of expression you used. What you'll typically find is that you might use one or two, but you pretty much keep that the same throughout the whole piece. There's never a lot of variation. If someone keeps telling you, or you keep getting this, you sound robotic, what does that mean? It doesn't mean you sound like a robot. Clearly we don't sound like robots. What it means, or they're trying to possibly say, is you don't have a lot of these modes of expression, so it becomes predictable of what you're doing. And we are not human beings. Our speech, it's not predictable at all. Within this video, I've used all of these modes of expression. I've used pauses. I've used volume changes. I've used pitch changes. I've used elongating and shortening words, right? I've sped up and slowed down. I've used all of these, which gives you the feeling that I am real, I'm sincere, I mean it. All of these things that we are striving to be as voice actors. Now, are there instances where we might not want to use one or another? Of course. But it's important that we understand how to use these, practice these, be aware of them, put them on a bumper sticker, do something to where these are the front of your mind so that you understand when someone says something to you or you're trying to get better at acting or voice acting, these are the actual things that lead to, okay, it feels this way, it feels that way. Does that make sense? All right, you guys, thank you so much for watching. Leave your comments below on any work that you've done on this, or this is something new that you haven't heard before, or you're interested in this. And as always, these are things that we really work a lot on at VO's Journey Elite Academy. So we'd love to have you there. If you're interested, we've got 50% off the first month, and of course, our women's group is starting up. So very excited about that as well. But thank you guys so much. Have a wonderful, wonderful Thursday. Talk to you soon. Bye-bye.